Where are we at?
Where are we at? We are in Kearney, Kansas. No, I'm
Nebraska.
sorry, scratch that. We're in Kearney, Nebraska, and today we are driving from Kearney, Nebraska to Raton, New Mexico. And we are covering a lot of flat land today. Comes some farm equipment right now. Up the side of the road. So it's pretty.
Very pretty.
So someday when my ship comes in, I know just what we'll do. We'll pack our bags and quit our jobs and have a holiday for two. We'll pack our bags and quit our jobs and have a holiday for two.
It's 6:57 Phoenix time, but it's 7:57 Nebraska time. I want to say. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's 8:57 Nebraska time. I don't know. This time zone stuff has got me all switched around. But I know we switch a time zone today between here and Raton, and then between Raton and Phoenix we switch it again, I believe. So that'll help us a little bit. A little bit ago we crossed over the Platte River, which was near Kearney, Nebraska. So that area is kind of like what they call the Platte River Valley. But this is just flat land. Cornfields everywhere. There's a pretty drive that we're going to do today from Trinidad, Colorado down to Raton. There's Raton Pass, which is about 7,500 feet, 7,800 feet, something like that. And lots of cornfields. Well, thanks for joining along. We're going to be taking a long ride today from Kearney to Raton, New Mexico. And I'll show you my Google map here in just a second. We started off in Kearney, Nebraska, kind of winded and zigzagged our way through Kansas, eventually crossing into Colorado, and then zigzagging down to Trinidad at the end there. But then we had to make the run from Trinidad down to Raton. That was a pretty a ride through the pass there. And I'll show that on this video. Now, if you want to see the more of the video of the footage of the ride through Kansas and Nebraska, I'll put it on here and do a separate video. But I'm going to kind of condense it down to kind of get the highlights for you. But it was a pretty drive. A lot of it's just flat land, but there's some really interesting sights to see. Watch. So we'll record that. That should be pretty. Otherwise, flat land.
Is it going to be cloudy all the way too?
I don't know. I'm not complaining. It's cool.
Yeah.
72 degrees. So. Actually, you get better gas mileage. 65. We're going to turn and go south in Holdridge. City limits, population 5495. Holdridge, Nebraska, population 5,500. And this, I'm going to use this as an example of kind of one of the typical little towns that you pass through. This is actually one of the bigger ones that we passed through that day, of 5,500 population. A lot of little towns with maybe 200, 500 people. And no gas station, so you really got to kind of plan ahead when you're traveling through this part of the country. Now, something that you will see that's pretty typical, I guess, in the Midwest here is those silos, like you see up ahead, those huge silos. And I've asked a couple of people about it, and my dad told me that they had these in his town, that the folks in the area, the farmers, would bring their oats or corn or grain, whatever they had, and they would basically dump it there and get paid for it. Then later on, somebody would come and collect it and haul it off in huge trucks. And that's the way everybody, the farmers, got paid through that system. And a lot of towns have those silos. You're going to see it with almost every town. And I actually got lost in here. Well, I didn't get lost, but I missed my turn off. So I had to go on up ahead and make another turn. And I had some interesting experiences with Google I'll share later on. But this was nothing major. I just had to take a different street down. Luckily, we didn't need to make any stops here. We didn't need gas, didn't need a potty break or anything like that. But this was one of the bigger towns. They did have a couple gas stations, as you saw. But there were a lot of towns that we came through that didn't have gas stations, didn't even have a store. So I'm like, how do these people get their groceries? They must, and they're a long ways from any big cities. You know, I'm so used to living in Phoenix, and we can just go down a mile or two, and you're at the supermarket.
Where are we?
We're in speed limit 35. We're in Holdridge, Nebraska.
It's a little town.
Now we should be heading south for a while. All right, well, sit back and relax. I'm gonna cut some of the travel through that we did of Nebraska and Kansas, and I think what I'm gonna do is make a longer version if you want to actually see the dash cam footage of the drive through. It was a pretty drive, a lot of flat land, but a lot of little towns we went through. Probably a total, I think I have a total of about an hour and a half, 2 hours of dash cam footage. That's really some pretty drive. Especially when we went through before we got to Trinidad. But I'm going to cut some of it because otherwise this video is going to be like 2 hours, 3 hours long. I don't want that. So if you want to watch that, I will make a separate video and kind of put that long version on there. So those, I know some of folks like to watch those ride-along videos and stuff. So sit back, relax, and I'm just going to kind of condense this down for you and get to some of the highlights. little town here called Jennings, of all places. Wow, that's kind of even the street signs are rusted. There's some nice houses here, though. Intersects with a 70 here. Oh, be darn. We're crossing over I-70. And the 23. Might as well get gas. You know?
Yep.
Winona city limits. That is cool. How do they get that up there? Every little town that we come through has these silos. And this one says co-op. Look at the park over there, Winona Park. I wonder if they allow overnight parking. I'll have to check into that. Well, I'm surprised that that's all there is. I was expecting a little bit more. Look at that there. It's just as far as the eye can see. Except for a few trees. trees here and there. There's nothing.
I didn't see a gas station in the town of Winona, did you?
There was one little gas station there. Why?
I just didn't see it, and I didn't see a Dollar General, and I don't know where people do their shopping.
That's a good question. Look at that. There's nothing ahead of us. That curves around. Well, we're pulling into Colorado. We've actually passed the state line a while back. We're going between La Junta right now, La Junta, Colorado, and Trinidad on the stretch of the Highway 350. And just a couple RV or tips for you if you're coming through this part of the country. It's beautiful. I'll show you a map in just a second. There's a really neat place just south of this highway that you can camp out at called Comanche National Grassland. And I'll show you that on the map here. But we're traveling between La Junta and Trinidad on the south end here. I'll show you right there. And we're on Highway 350. Now, just south of this highway is the Comanche National Grassland area, and you can camp out in here, but it is remote. And really, this highway, there's not a lot of places to pull over. There are some places you can pull over. They call them interpretive sites. There's even like a National Guard base off to the left here, where they do training and stuff. But there's not a lot of places to pull over and have shade, so just kind of be aware of that. And I recommend get gas when you can, because you may not find a gas station for a while. We're coming into El Moro, Colorado. And then we're also going to come into Trinidad here in just a minute. And it should be connecting up, it looks like, on I-90 or I-25. So the road that we're on is going to go into Trinidad, and we're going to get on the interstate. I'm waiting for a gas station, though, because my windshield is covered with bugs. I swear we picked up more bugs in the cornfields of Kansas than we picked up the whole trip anywhere else. We are coming in, need a break here, so we're going to make a stop. This is a pretty little valley area here in Trinidad. So from Trinidad, we're going to go over Raton Pass, which I think is about 7,600, 7,700 feet. So we'll put some clips of that for you so you can see it. Now I'm just looking for a gas station so I can get some gas and clean my windshield. We're gonna be going over that pass right there. On the other side of that is Raton, and then Santa Fe, and eventually Albuquerque, New Mexico. So finally we're seeing mountains and trees again. Yay! Where are we? We are in Trinidad. Welcome to Trinidad, Colorado. Looks like we got a storm coming our way too. So we're going to try and beat this storm over the mountain. But it's been a long day. For the last 200 miles has been nothing but flat land. Let's top it off at 12. There we go. Almost done for the day. I think we got about 30 miles to go. Patch is taking a break. Dad's going to take a break, and we get on the road again. Raton? I don't know.
Raton.
Oh, that sounds nice. Raton sounds elegant. Raton sounds kind of nasty.
Kind of like a rattan chair. Raton?
No, like a rat place.
Yeah, I know.
It's Rat Town. Well, hang on. We're going to take you through Raton Pass as we head to Raton, New Mexico. And I think the summit up here is about 7,800 feet. something like that. But it has a history of getting people caught up here in the wintertime. Safe travels wherever you're going this time of year, whether it's summer, winter, spring, or fall. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you'll see more as we get back to Phoenix and do some more camping. And the next section of this video, stay tuned, is the ride along through Raton Pass. So I'm going to put that at the end so you can enjoy it along with some music. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. I'll play some music and put some links for the music that I'm playing along with here in the video. Catch you later. Bye.